Hello everyone, welcome to Java Tutorials. My name is Kishore. In this video, we will discuss about for each loop or enhanced for loop. We are going to use the same example which we used in my previous video because I'm going to use enhanced for loop on the array which I have created. What is this enhanced for loop going to do is it is one of the simplest way of writing the for loop whenever you want to iterate an array or collection. Because when we iterate an array, what we do is we write a for loop with an initialization statement and then we write a conditional statement. After that, we will write this expression. But what we also do is whenever we want to access the element, we use this index variable. This is going to sometimes cause some kind of error if in case we do not properly track the index. There could be chance that we can access the index which is not present, or probably we might not write the right condition. For that reason only Java has provided this enhanced for loop which will automatically take care of initialization, comparison and incrementing the index. Means what this enhanced for loop does is it automatically iterates the element present in the array from the beginning, and it is going to iterate all the elements till it iterates the last element, and it automatically terminates the for loop. You do not need to write any initialization statements or conditional statements or any expression, and you don't need to use even the index also. The syntax of for each is like this, where you will write the for keyword and within the parenthesis you write the type of the array you want to iterate. Let me write this variable colon. You need to mention the collection, that is the collection or an array variable. Let us follow this syntax to iterate over this array using the enhanced for loop. Let me use this for keyword and the array type is integer, so I write int item colon, the collection is number array. This item is going to read the value of the array in each iteration, and automatically the enhanced for loop is going to assign the iterated value to the item variable. So on the first iteration, the item value is going to be 2, and in the next iteration, the item value is going to be 3. Similarly, in the next iteration, the value of 1 will be assigned to item. Then in the next iteration, the value 5 is going to be assigned to the item. Then the value 6 will be assigned to this item variable. Since this is the last element, the for each loop will automatically terminate. Notice this item is just a variable which is actually an iterator variable which automatically reads the elements present in the array from the beginning till the end, and you do not use any index like number array of I. So avoid using number array of item, that is going to cause an error, because when you use number array of item, the item is not an index, it is the value of the array. So if in case you write number array of item, at one point of time you may get an exception because it is actually going to access the index. So what you need to do is you need to only access the iterator because it is already having the element value. Let me print the value using item equals plus item. So let us see what is the output. So if you can observe, it is printing item 2, then 3156. What it did is it started from the beginning and iterated all the elements. Once the last element is iterated, it automatically terminated. This is the simplest form of writing the for loop. Because of that reason, it is given the name as enhanced for loop. But when to go for enhanced for loop and when to go for this old type of for loop is, suppose your requirement is to iterate the elements from the beginning till the end, then you can always use this enhanced for loop because it is not going to have any access to the index, or you don't need to write any syntax like this. But when to go for old for loop, suppose you want to have a logic where you want to run the for loop for a specific number of times, or you want to use for loop to iterate the array from the backward direction, then obviously you cannot use enhanced for loop because enhanced for loop is going to iterate from the forward direction only. And also you can use this for loop if you want to skip certain index, then always you can use this old for loop. But enhanced for loop is going to be better whenever you are having a requirement to iterate from the beginning till the end. So that is it about the enhanced for loop. See you in the next video. Thank you so much.